It is a beautiful night north of the border in Burnaby, British Columbia from Swangard Stadium. 61 degrees, not a cloud in the sky tonight. It's Dynamo 2 paying a visit to Whitecaps FC 2. Josh Appel with you. Thanks so much for spending a late night on the East Coast with us here. These two clubs go at it in a Western Conference showdown. Whitecaps 2, second most lethal team in scoring in the Western Conference. Dynamo 2, tied for third in the West in scoring. Whitecaps have been pretty leaky defensively. While they've scored 13, they've conceded 12. They are 1-0-1 here under Ricardo Clark at home. And they'll go with this starting 11 today. How about the start to the season for Nelson Pierre? See him in the midfield on that right side. Cachuele and Clark up top. Zendejas in goal, making his second start of 2025. And for Marcelo Santos in his first year, they'll play a 4-2-3-1. Betancourt, Wakatuya, Harris, Barrett in front of Cruz. Rodriguez, Brugman, defensive midfielders. Josh Bolma, who was with Santos in New England, signed this week. He's in the starting 11 next to Diego Gonzalez. The captain, Exxon Arzu, and Steven Anor Giamfi is up top for Dynamo 2 tonight. Dynamo 2 in the orange. Whitecaps 2 in those dark colors here today. Alan Rutsch is our referee. Aubrey Kotelko and Chris Harrop are the assistant referees, and Mo Maseni is the fourth official. Dynamo 2 haven't played since April 6th. 17 days off. Coming off of a 1-0 win over LAFC 2, which halted a 2-match losing streak after a 2-0-0 start. Whitecaps, they're coming off of a massive 4-0 win here at home on the 19th, just 4 days ago against Austin FC. That followed a week off, and before that, a visit to Tacoma, a 5-3 loss. So a nice bounce back, allowing 5 goals. They come back, they pitched a clean sheet, their first of the year. And this, the first of a 4-match, I should say, homestand as we are underway from Swan Guard Stadium. Right away, Houston playing with some energy. Rodriguez gets past him, and a throw-in coming for Whitecaps. Salamani for Luka Chen. Moves it ahead for Djordjevic. What a start it's been for Vancouver's first team, Brian White. The Whitecaps, tomorrow night, they'll welcome Inter Miami, the CONCACAF Champions Cup. But tonight, Ricardo Clark's team wants to get business settled as Dynamo 2 are on the move. In the middle, it's Brugman. Brugman has to retreat and reset. Micah Harris, center back pairing with Isaac Wakatuya. Ricardo Clark, head coach for Whitecaps 2, used to coach at the Dynamo Academy. It's an organization that he won 2 MLS Cups with as a player in the mid-2000s. He's got a history with the club. Marcelo Santos spent the last couple of seasons in New England, and I mentioned they signed Joshua Balma. Balma last played for Revs 2 the last couple of seasons. 22 years old, 43 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists, and made 3 appearances with the first team. 4th overall pick in the 2023 draft. And he's reunited with Santos here in Houston. Whitecaps 2. To the outside it comes. Salamani. Now Castro. And Whitecaps 2 will reset. Dangerous here. Pressure getting to Vancouver, but they're able to manage it. Adrian Zendejas in goal tonight. 1-0 this season. Whistle here for a foul. Djordjevic. Given away. Brugman. Trying to go long through the middle, and it was past everybody. Be on the lookout for Nelson Pierre, 42 in blue. 4 goals in 6 matches. Ricardo Clark telling me that he's still trying to acclimate to the demands of what Vancouver system does. He's got pace, he's got explosiveness, a willingness to get him behind. He's effective in the box, very impactful in that way. And slowly but surely, he's developing his defensive game, trying to apply what Vancouver asks of him. Trying to go long for Pierre there, and it's taken by Vancouver and Mateo Clark. Now Brugman moves it ahead for Anor Giamfi. Gonzalez out wide for Bolma. His first touch with Dynamo 2. Bolma well defended, has to get rid of it. Rodriguez. Arzu. Cross, takes a deflection. Bolma can't make a play on it. It comes out to Betancourt. Now Sebastian Rodriguez. Cross comes in. Cross comes out. See how Vancouver builds off that defensive performance against Austin, the 4-0 clean sheet. Arnold Clark telling me this week he wants his side to be able to figure out how they can maintain their objectives on the defensive side. Are we set up correctly? Are we connected? They need to be strong as a unit. They worked all throughout the week on their defensive work, whether it was pressing moments or playing in a block and staying compact. We're maintaining their structure. It has been a rocky start defensively, but again, a performance to build on. And that Austin match, it was one that they really felt was a complete performance, and one of the only ones they've had this year. They've been striving for that complete performance. The mental side still a big developing point for Vancouver as well. It's the start of 3 matches in 11 days for Dynamo 2. They're looking forward to that challenge. This was a group that really couldn't train all that much before the season began because of roster construction with the first team. A lot of these guys were training up there, so they really haven't had a full squad in training until after the season got going. And while they're generally okay with the results so far, a lot of things they would like to get better at, Marcelo Santos was telling me. Has not been an issue of effort. Still have some things to sort out, as is everybody. You know, it's still early on in the season. Nobody is a finished product, or even close to it. I mean, this league is all about development. Free kick coming, Castro. Towards the back post, punched away by Cruz, and out for a corner. Here it comes. Bolma got a piece of it. And Anor Giamfi is trying to play it. He's held off though, and Vancouver maintained possession. Giving right back to Bolma though. Bolma gets around his defender. Bolma puts it back up top. Brugman never got all the way through. Kept alive by Dynamo 2. Chested down by Harris. Sebastian Rodriguez wanted to go right, turns it back left. Bulma. Cross, back post, out for a goal kick. Chevrolet is proud to be a partner of Vancouver Whitecaps FC since 2023. Together in this stadium, together on the pitch, together let's drive. Chevrolet.ca. A little over 10 minutes in. Jovic. And then the foul there as Mark O'Neill went down. Sent away for a throw. Harris. Rodriguez. Wakatuya. Castro moves it ahead, but a little bit too far, and that allows Daniel Barrett to make a play. But Whitecaps FC 2 right back on it. Clark. Castro. Out wide. Cross comes top of the 18, and it's sent high by Selemani. Good buildup by Vancouver, just missing the finish. Step in front of it, Djordjevic. Chen all the way back for his keepers and Dejas. Bulma's on it. Tried to fit it through to Bulma, but he was cut off by Djordjevic. Castro. Now Cachuele. Nelson Pierre, been quiet in the first 15 minutes. Djordjevic tried to find Pierre, but it was just too far for him, and Dynamo 2 can take away. Room to roam for Dynamo 2. Boma. Djordjevic watching him. Boma dispossessed by Djordjevic. Nice job by 41 in blue. And he clears. Taken though by Harris. Now Rodriguez. Brugman. Into the box. Headed away. Brugman back down with it. Brugman. It's around Djordjevic. Stays in. Djordjevic! Fortunate there as Brugman nearly got Houston on the board. And so thanks to that play by Brugman and the deflection out, it'll be a corner. Good save by Zendejas. They go short. Gonna get it back to Brugman for the cross. Arzu went down, play rolls on, trying to spring Cachuele. Cachuele watched closely by Barrett, and Barrett got it away from him. Well done. Castro couldn't corral. Brugman. Boma. Lays it ahead. Diego Gonzalez, the captain. Comes across. Barrett tried to tee it up, never got all the way through. And now Vancouver's away. Too long for Cachuele. Dynamo 2 won't like that. Djordjevic throws in. Arzu went down. We play on. Long down the left side, and too much although it was a great effort by Velios. BMO is proud to be a founding partner of Vancouver Whitecaps FC since 2006. Join the Bank of Soccer at BMO.com. Goal kick coming for Pedro Cruz. Pierre. Deflected. Dynamo 2 control. At least they did. 21st minute. No real threat to score by either side. And it's given away. Tough road trip for Dynamo 2. Coming north of the border, Western Canada. Could this be something brewing for Houston? Boma to his right. Boma off the deflection. And Zendejas calmly has it. Boma trying to make his presence felt in his first match for Dynamo 2. Out wide. Pierre making a run, he gets it. Pierre back heel to nobody. Castro. For Djordjevic. Djordjevic in front, and Cachuele just couldn't put it on target. Well done by Djordjevic to get it across. Cachuele a little bit off balance, even difficult for him. Castro. Quarters for Dynamo 2. Vancouver pressing. Vancouver building up. Too heavy of a touch there, but able to regain it. Salamani. Castro towards goal. Bounces past Cachuele. And Dynamo 2 is able to clear. Free kick opportunity coming for Vancouver. Here it comes. All the way down towards goal and missed everything. Long wait for this goal kick. Pierre leads the team in goals. Djordjevic. Watched by Bulma. Nearly had it taken away. Djordjevic. Bulma went down. Not sure what happened. Djordjevic, what a move. Djordjevic. His cross, top of the 18. Sent high by Jackson Castro. Everything but the finish right now for Vancouver. TELUS now offering pure fiber internet across Canada. Feels like Dynamo 2 has had some trouble getting possession and getting onto the attacking third. And now here they come. Fortunate bounce over the top and all the way out for a goal kick. Race for it down the left touchline. Cleared away. If you're wondering, by the way, Bulma, he's the one who went down on that previous chance for Vancouver. See 14 in orange. He is up, and he has obviously remained in the game. Castro. Castro towards the end line. Pierre. Deflected. Clear. And Orgiamfi. Now Luca Chen. reached the half-hour mark. Salamani. He was off. Salamani tried to get in the way of that. Diego Gonzalez goes down, and the foul comes on Salamani. Tight quarters out in front. Cachuele is pressuring. Nearly forced a giveaway. Same thing again. Dynamo 2 having incredible trouble navigating this press. And finally, we're able to move free. Rodriguez pulls up. Arzu. Arzu. Low cross. Brugman couldn't get to it in time, and it's cleared away. Cachuele. Strong touch. He's trying to get there. He does. Castro has it now. Put out towards Pierre, and he couldn't get any pace on it. If he did, it'd be 1-0 to Vancouver. Instead, it's a calm save for Pedro Cruz. That's an excellent ball, and then the one put across. Pierre just could not direct it on. Mateo Clark, an excellent job. Rodriguez. Mateo Clark had it taken by Rodriguez. Out wide. Brugman right at Zendejas. Good pace. An easy one for Zendejas to handle. Boma just signed today. Sebastian Rodriguez. Over the top, Boma dispossessed by Djordjevic. Now it's Betancourt. For Gonzalez, the captain. Boma steps into a cross. Nobody home in orange, but it's flicked up straight into the air and taken by Zendejas. Houston gets it started again. Still looking for the game's first breakthrough. 36th minute. That missed everything, and it's a throw-in for Vancouver. Steven Anorgiamfi went down, and that's going to be a foul against Vancouver. It's a long free kick coming. We'll see if Gonzalez gets it started and they try and build up, or if he just tries to put it into the box. Comes into the area, and clear back out. Another throw-in coming for Vancouver. Djordjevic trying to chase it down. He gets there. Throwing again, Vancouver. Along the touchline, Chen. Cachuele, edge of the 18. Cachuele gets some room, trying to feed it across the goal. Instead, it was blocked and is out for a corner. Time winding down here in the first half. The in-swinger on its way. Cachuele tried to get there, and all he did was meet Pedro Cruz, who climbed up to get it. Betancourt. Now it's Rodriguez. Long ball down the right side. Arzu tried to pop it over the top. I thought that went out. I guess not, it stays in. "40 minutes in the books here at Swangard Stadium. Vancouver and Houston, no score. Mateo Clark, that hustle. Pierre had a chance earlier in the half. Nearly had his team leading 5th. Gonzalez. Bulma, too much for the new signee. And it's out for a Vancouver throw. Georgievich, who's had a great first half. Nicely done with that pressure in their face. Cachuele. Working against Micah Harris. Cachuele, and just couldn't get to Selemani, who was right in front of goal. All the way across and out for a throw in to Houston. Houston has yet to score on the road in their 2 matches away from home. Fairly uneventful away from home. Only conceded 1 as well. And that will be a free kick from just outside the 18 and a yellow as well. First booking of the night. Dalen Velios went down. And the yellow comes out. It's going to go on Sebastian Rodriguez. So a big opportunity here before the end of the half for Vancouver. They have a moment of magic in them. Georgievich stands over it, along with Jackson Castro. Castro takes towards goal! What a hit! And Vancouver, late in the first half, breaks through first. Jackson Castro buries the free kick. What a strike. No chance for Pedro Cruz. Second of the season for Castro. Dynamics of this match have changed here. Now Vancouver able to play with a lead, one of the best scoring teams in the Western Conference. Houston yet to score on the road this season, albeit a small sample. All 10 of their goals they've scored have come at home. How does Houston respond? Arzu has it wide. He's watched by Velios. The cross comes in. As you see, 1 minute of added time here in the first half. Throw in one more time. Betancourt. Cleared away. Arzu. He goes down, and a point to the spot. And a chance to equalize for Houston. So Castro scores on a free kick in the 44th, and now it's Houston as Arzu goes down, fouled in the box, will have a chance at a penalty. It'll be Diego Gonzalez who steps to the spot. Gonzalez, the captain. Against Adrian Sendejas. Gonzalez. Off the crossbar, gets his own rebound, stopped again, and then finally cleaned up. Steven Anorgiamfi cleans up the mess after a stop, a crossbar, another save, and finally on the follow, Houston equalizes. First goal away from home in 2025. So there's save number one, goes off the crossbar, save number two, and then Anorgiamfi, he's not going to miss from there. And there is the whistle for halftime. What a frenetic final 4-5 minutes of the first half. 0-0, not a lot of action for the majority. Castro scores on a free kick. Gonzalez stopped twice on a penalty, and then the follow-up before Anorgiamfi buries it. His first of the season. And we head to the break, tied at 1. Let's look back at the MLS Next Pro goal of the week from 1 week ago. New York Red Bulls 2 midfielder Ibrahim Kasule was last week's winner. Following a corner kick, the Ugandan international controlled the ball with his chest before unleashing a rocket past the Chicago Fire 2 goalkeeper, extending his side's lead to 3-1 on the way to a 3-2 victory. Red Bulls 2 at the time sat atop the Northeast Division standings. They've got 10 points at this early stage, in the season. What a strike. Well deserving of goal of the week. So 1-1 our score. We'll have highlights from earlier this week, a player profile, and more as halftime rolls on.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, 'cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake, and I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace, I live how I like, so looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Action.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro.
Welcome back, 1-1 at the half at Swangard Stadium in Burnaby, BC. It's time for a player feature. Let's get to know Huntsville City's Christian Kofi.
That's a poor pass, and it may open up space for Kofi against his former side. Christian Kofi scores!
Kofi, an excellent move as he sends the ball out wide. Cross comes in, and Christian Kofi, he is extremely dynamic.
Christian Kofi has had quite an international journey. He spent time in the Monaco Academy, where he would see a young Kylian Mbappe learning his craft. He's played for clubs in France, Italy, and Spain, before coming to MLS NEXT Pro with Chicago last season. And now, he's with Huntsville. So what drew him to MLS NEXT Pro at this stage of his career?
I will say the American dream for me to have the opportunity to come and play in America was crazy, like a unique experience. So I feel like year to year, like the level of the league evolves. They bring a lot of very good players for the MLS, but also for the Next Pro. So it's crazy. And
Kofi's experience with several different countries, coaches, and systems has shaped him as a player, such that his coach Chris O'Neill sees something truly special in him.
He has an ability that isn't often replicated, and I would say that he is a special player in the sense that, especially 1-versus-1, he has the ability to create off of a dribble, get out of tight situations, but then he also has the vision to be able to play a final pass that other players just don't see. And you know, I think for us, he's extremely exciting, and we're extremely happy to have him.
the MLS, I think the next step, it will be maybe for me it's the MLS. It's my target. And if it's not happen, I will just try to do my best to arrive to MLS. My goal is Huntsville. The minimum is the playoff, but for us it's like bring the trophy in Huntsville to our fans, because I think they deserve that. I think we have like for me, the best fan base in the league. And personally, it's like to be the best player in the league, if I can. Yeah, I will say that.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Action.
Should be a fun season of MLS NEXT Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Welcome back to Swangard Stadium halftime. 1-1 our score between Whitecaps FC 2 and Dynamo 2. Highlights and stats are around the corner, but first, Inter Miami 2 and Orlando City V played a special match at the Generation Adidas Cup April Marie Aguilar was there and filed this report.
What's up, guys? I'm April Marie Aguilar, coming to you from Florida, directly from IMG Academy, where we just witnessed an intense Sunshine State Derby. Let's take a look back at all of the action.
It's the Florida Derby. Inter Miami 2 against Orlando City B on match week number 5. Orlando City is looking to rise to the top of the charts, where Chattanooga is also at the top, while Inter Miami looks to make its push to the top of the table. The whistle blows. Shaq Muhammad starts us off here at MLS Next Pro at the 2025 Generation Adidas Cup.
From the start, both teams came out with energy, but it was Miami who struck first. Tyler Hall opened the scoring in the 16th minute with an assist by Bailey Sparks. It wouldn't be long before OCB equalized with Tahir Reed-Brown finding the back of the net in the 23rd minute. During the first half, we caught up with MLS Next Pro President and EVP Charles Alchek and Ali Curtis, MLS Next Pro SVP of Competition and Operations, to get their thoughts on this year's GA Cup.
For the Academy players who are here, from the players from around the world who are watching this game, they're getting a glimpse of what the potential is for the best young players in our system coming through our academies to our Next Pro teams.
This is probably the best youth tournament in North America, so for our young players to be able to experience what the next level looks like, in person, has just been a really great experience.
Just over 20 minutes later, right before halftime, Mateo Saja was assisted once again by Bailey Sparks. Miami took that lead into the half. While the players took to the locker rooms, we took this time to chat with some of the Academy players that were in attendance.
Why is it so important to watch these pros up close and personal?
Hey, it's a pleasure to just come watch in a beautiful atmosphere at this big tournament, come watch our team support. You just gotta show love, because one day we could be on that field too.
Seeing them, seeing what the next level is like, seeing where you can see yourself fall into the team, where you see what you need to work on, take the good habits, the good things out of them, and what you can see that you can apply to your game.
The second half kicked off with Miami continuing to apply pressure against Orlando City B. Idol Zelter Zubaira bagged what would turn out to be the match winner for Inter Miami 2 in the 55th minute. Both teams would fiercely contest the rest of the second half until Shaq Muhammad brought OCB back within 1. But it was not enough, as the match would end 3-2 in Miami's favor.
There's the full-time whistle. It's 5 consecutive unbeaten for Miami in the Florida Derby. They withstand the late Orlando City burst to capture a 3-2 win.
Tonight was another perfect example of the pathway in action. Miami heads down south with 3 points, and for now, that's a wrap from us at this year's GA Cup. We'll catch you guys next time. Adios.
Action.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, 'cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake, and I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself, and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself, and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Welcome back to Swangard Stadium in BC, Canada. 1-1 our score at the half as we take a look at how we got to this point. Not much happened in the early going. A couple of threats by each side, including this one on a shot by Lucas Brugman. But outside of that, not much happening for Houston in the first half. This one comes to Balma, and he tried to make his mark in his first game with Dynamo 2, but That took a deflection and easily was handled by Zendejas. This was a great ball for Mateo Clark. He put it in front for Nelson Pierre, the team leader in goals, just not unable to put enough pace on it to get it past the keeper. Brugman again had a shot later. Good pace on this, but right at Zendejas. And then in the 44th minute on this free kick, it was Jackson Castro. Beautifully struck. And Vancouver thought they were going to go into the half up 1-0, but this foul in the penalty area gave Dynamo 2 a chance from the spot. And after one save and two saves, it was finally put home by Steven Anor-Giamfi. And Marcelo Santos' side leveled things at 1 heading into half number 2, and that is where we stand now as the sides are ready to get going in the second 45 minutes. Thought we were starting, but a little bit of a false start. Now we're ready to go in half number 2. It was Castro, it was Anor-Giamfi, the goal scorers in the first half. Anor-Giamfi, his goal, his first of the season and the first for Houston away from home this season. There's the goal scorer for Vancouver. Jackson Castro moving it ahead for Johnny Salamani. Cuts to the middle, but heavy touch there, easily taken away by Dynamo 2, but he fights to get it back. Salamani tried to fit it through for Velios, and then a foul against Vancouver. No subs for either side to begin the second half. Salamani switches. Nelson Pierre settles it down. Pierre with his left foot. Pierre! Pedro Cruz had to make the save, and it's out for a corner. The in-swinger. Deflected away. Vancouver wanted a handball. They're yelling for it. They don't get one, though. Arzu tracks it down. Arzu then lost it. Chen gets it away. But Bulma's on it. Just signed today, or excuse me, a couple days ago by Houston. Down the right side, Castro, too heavy of a touch. That was actually Djordjevic, and now Bulma for Dynamo 2. Bulma puts on the brakes. Still has some room as Clark comes over to pressure him. Brugman. Rodriguez. Brugman tried to move it forward for Betancourt, but he was dispossessed by Djordjevic. And he was fouled. Foul here on Houston. Vancouver gets it started right away. Up ahead, Velios. Now Cachuele. Cachuele! Denied by Cruz. Cruz has come up big already in this second half. Great ball laid ahead by Velios. Cachuele nearly had Vancouver on top. And a chance at a corner. Off the corner. Djordjevic thought about stepping into it. Castro earns another corner. Easily handled by Dynamo 2. Kept in though by Mateo Clark. Started right, now moves left. Being held, no foul. Play rolls on. But for sure there would be a whistle there. Mateo Clark, good to see he's okay. Just underway, about 8 minutes in this second half. Vancouver's already threatened twice. After a frenetic finish to half number one, that saw a free kick goal and a penalty kick goal, one by each side. Comes through. Velios try to get it to Cachuele again. Takes an advantageous bounce. Popped across. Pierre, the header just over the bar. Man, he has come close a couple of times right in front of goal. Feels like he is hungry and will get one at some point. Excellent body positioning by him there. Almost baited the defender and then adjusted himself to make a play on the ball. Dynamo 2. Bulma. Former Revs 2. Just signed, making his Dynamo 2 debut. Tried to fit it through, did Brugman, was unable to. And now Whitecaps 2 tried to start it up. And they get a foul here on Dynamo 2. That's a foul given here. That goes Dynamo 2's way. Chevrolet is proud to be a partner of Vancouver Whitecaps FC since 2023. Together in this stadium, together on the pitch, together let's drive. Chevrolet.ca. Gonzalez, the captain, will whip this in. Punched out. And now Whitecaps 2 on the move. Clark, lead ahead for Selemani. Gonzalez recovers nicely and takes it away. Arzu trying to get around Castro. Castro takes it away from him. Arzu right back on it. Rodriguez had trouble with it, slipped. Maintains possession. Brugman. Rodriguez. Comes to the near side. Arzu. X on Arzu. Watched by Mateo Clark. Now 3 converge and take it away. Bulma. Edge of the 18. Betancourt didn't get all the way through. Corner kick coming for Dynamo 2. Rodriguez. Bulma, top of the 18. Bulma deflects off Vancouver again for a corner. got through again, pops up into the air, back. The head flipped towards goal, went wide, but it's a foul anyways on Dynamo 2.
First substitution for the Whitecaps FC2, leading game number 63, Johnny Salomon. And in game number 43, Antoine Coupland.
So you hear the substitution for Whitecaps 2. Antoine Coupland comes in for Johnny Salamani. At about the 1 hour mark here in the second half. Jackson Castro on a free kick for Vancouver in the 44th, and then in stoppage time of the first half, after a couple saves on a penalty on Diego Gonzalez, Steven Anorgiamfi cleaned up the rebound and leveled things for Houston. That's where we sit right now, an hour into this match. Bulma. Brugman tried to get it across to Anorgiamfi, but it was deflected. Chased down by Coupland. Battling with Bulma. And the foul is given. Dynamo 2 will allow a free kick.
First substitution for Houston, Dynamo 2, leading game number 9, Steven Anorgiamfi. And in game number 29, David Garcia. Second substitution for Houston, Dynamo 2, leading game number 32, Lucas Brugman. And in game number 70, Jordy Urbano.
Jordy Bourbano in for Houston. He replaces Lucas Brugman. David Garcia comes in for Steven Anorgiamfi. Towards the end line. And out for a goal kick. Whistle comes here. Coupland working in front, but it was cleared away by Daniel Barrett. BMO is proud to be a founding partner of Vancouver Whitecaps FC since 2006. Join the Bank of Soccer at BMO.com. Coupland tried to cross. Foul on Djordjevic. Chen moves it ahead. Castro for Pierre. Nelson Pierre, the leading goal scorer. Gets past Arzu, brings it towards the middle. Pierre, determined to get one on goal, couldn't. Flipped over. Mateo Clark probably wants that one back. Draws a whistle. Pierre. Now Clark. Wide for Velios, now Pierre. Castro tried to work it back in quickly, but Dynamo 2 are away with it. At least they were for the moment. They do get a throw in. Rodriguez pushed down the defender, so he gets called for a foul. Bolma has acquitted himself well in his Dynamo 2 debut. Bolma. Ooh, that was nasty. Copeland went down. Let's hope he's all right. High head contact. He is going up for it. Collided with Betancourt. Did not look good. Good news, though, he is up and able to continue. That's out for a goal kick for Cruz. Copeland commits the foul. Gonzalez. Now it's Pierre for Vancouver. Cachuele. Cachuele with his left. Comes all the way across. Cruz over to pick it up. TELUS now offering pure fiber internet across Canada. Gonzalez, the captain. Jordi Bourbano couldn't handle it. Now he gets it back. Well defended by Mark O'Neill. And Pierre has Cachuele going towards goal. Cachuele! How? He can't believe it. Nelson Pierre couldn't believe it. Look at the reaction from his teammates. That was 3 simultaneous surrender Cobras. Vancouver came that close, reclaiming the lead. O'Neill moves it ahead. Tight quarters. Copeland lost it. Taken back by Castro. Castro has the goal. Cachuele now wide. Cachuele. Pierre. Couldn't get it towards goal. Castro. Goes down. That's a foul. Dynamo 2 now. Bourbano pops it ahead for Gonzalez. The captain and leading goal scorer. Both goals came near the very end of the first half. A free kick goal, Jackson Castro, and after 2 incredible saves by Adrian Zendejas on Gonzalez's penalty and follow-up, the third one went home, courtesy of Steven Anor-Giamfi. That was in the 45th plus 3. Now Boma in his Dynamo 2 debut. Arzu. Vancouver away with it. Chen. Cachuele. Too strong of a touch there, and then he lost it. Fortunately, Pierre is on it. Cachuele really trying to get it to him, but could not. O'Neal went up to get it. Betancourt. Burbano. Burbano puts on the brakes. Burbano turned aside by Zendejas. It is going to be a corner, though. He has had some phenomenal saves tonight. And this is another. That right hand. Rodriguez for Arzu. Arzu's cross, back post, sitting around in the area, cleared away. Arzu to the middle, Rodriguez. Now Gonzalez. Gonzalez turns, save again, and cleared. Now Houston putting the pressure on. Pierre, outlet. Cachuele with a little fake. Lead for Pierre. Pierre gets in front of everybody. Pierre! Oh, they called the foul. Did they call a foul back there? Well, now we're going to have subs. There was an awkward end to that play by Pierre. Oh, they called offside. Huh. Let's take one more look. So here was that first opportunity. Turned aside, and now here's the ball up for Pierre from Cachuele in just a moment. Pierre got it started. Who's the offside there? Are they gonna say that Copeland was the one who was off, but he didn't make a play on the ball? He wasn't affecting the play. That's a bizarre offside. Anyway, this one goes wide. Matteo Di Morelli enters the match for Dynamo 2. Josh Bolma takes a seat for his Dynamo 2 debut. It was a good one. Can either team break through? Cachuele, what a ball! Copeland puts on the brakes, lays it out in front, Cachuele. Oh, goodness, everything again but the finish. Gonzalez. The pace of this match has turned up. Burbano floats it in. Sent away. Put into the area, sent away again. Rodriguez. Settled down by Dynamo 2. So here is that last chance. Excellent ball by Cachuele. I mean, look at that. And Copeland was a good recovery by Micah Harris. Cooper might have been better served to try and get that on goal. Velios. We are into the 80th minute. If we remain tied, we will head to kicks from the spot. Velios for Pierre. Pierre back up top. Clark couldn't make a play on it, and then he made a foul instead. Gonzalez on it. Rodriguez. Castro and Ano Giamfi, the 2 goal scorers, both in the first half towards the end. Each team has had plenty of chances in this second half to pull ahead. Arzu all the way across. Urbano going to chase it down. Copeland, oh, that was ill-advised. Too heavy, out for a corner. Gonzalez will take. The delivery in. It's low and clear. Out for a throw. Pierre. Good challenge by Arzu. Pierre throws in. Chen. It comes wide. Into the area. Flicked up by Barrett. Arzu is fouled. Castro can't believe it. Morelli. Gonzalez. Betancourt out wide, Burbano. Arzu flicks it to himself. Low, clear. How many chances point blank that Vancouver had this half? Cachuele mainly. Pierre as well. Pierre's had a couple on the doorstep that he hasn't been able to put home. Into the area, Bourbano! Something out of nothing, and Dynamo 2 in the 85th are in front. Off the bench, the second half sub, Jordi Bourbano. What a strike. Deflected right to him. And he did not miss from there. Ryan Illumi comes in for Whitecaps 2 for Clark. After Bourbano put Dynamo 2 in front. Bourbano's first of the year in his season debut. Unreal. What a strike. And now Dynamo 2 trying to protect the 2-1 lead in the final 5 minutes. Vancouver had the 1-0 lead at the end of the first half. Conceded a penalty right before the half ended. They had plenty of opportunities to score again in this half, have been unable to, and then Dynamo 2 take the lead. Copeland almost equalized there. So Ryan Illumi in for Mateo Clark for Whitecaps.
For substitution for Houston Dynamo 2, leading number 36, Nolan Benjamin. And the number 45, Jaden Puna.
So Puna comes in for this final stretch. Noah Betancourt exits. Dynamo gets it back in play. Bourbano in the 85th has Houston in front. Can Dynamo Dos hang on these final moments? What an incredible road performance this would be if they can come away with the 3 points. Free kick coming here for Vancouver. Will be the first win from a losing position for Houston this season. And for Vancouver, it would be their second loss when scoring first. They have a golden chance here to equalize in the final moments. Towards goal, deflects high. Do Vancouver have one more push in them? They'll have 4 minutes of added time. Will the goal in the 85th by Bourbano stand? Whitecaps faithful, trying to urge their club on. Dangerous out in front, and a point to the spot after a misplay by Zendejas. Oh, goodness. A calamity at the back. There's the foul. Just poor in the back for Vancouver. Zendejas was able to make 2 saves earlier. One on the initial PK, another on the follow by Gonzalez. Could not stop the third. Now he must make a save here to give Vancouver a chance in stoppage time. Arzu will step to the spot. So Zendejas also gets a yellow. This could ice it for Dynamo Dos. Arzu from the spot. Arzu scores! 3 unanswered for Dynamo Dos. And they may have just put this one to bed. Zendejas guessed right. Arzu put it past. Arzu has his 2nd of the season. How about Houston scoring in stoppage time after a penalty in the first half? They score on the penalty here in the second half in stoppage time. And now Vancouver will really need a miracle. 3 unanswered they've conceded after taking the lead in the 44th minute. Throw in coming for Vancouver, for Houston. You think back Cachuela, you think back to Coupland, you think back to Nelson Pierre and the chances that they had, Vancouver, in this second half. Just unable to cash in. And they are going to most likely drop points at home after taking the lead in this one. Certainly going to be a disappointing result unless they pull off the miracle. Away by Cruz, who also came up big at times tonight. There's some conversations happening behind the play. Rutsch giving a talking to. Dynamo 2 in action again. on the 27th at home against Austin. Whitecaps play host to Ventura County on the 27th. That's what's next for both sides. And there is the whistle for full time here in BC. What a win on the road for Marcelo Santos and Dynamo Dos. They score 3 unanswered. The game winner in the 85th by Jordi Burbano. And it's no surprise that he is tonight's man of the match. Here is the game winner. After a deflection, comes right on his right foot, and he blasts it home. Jordi Burbano, in his season debut, nets the game winner. And Dynamo Dos, with a hugely impressive 3 points, they take this 2,300-mile trip from Houston to Burnaby, BC, and they take down Whitecaps FC2 by a score of 3-1. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Josh Appel. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night, and we'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.